Alright. I was just reorganizing boxes. You know, moving everyone over one. Because I have a sneaky suspicion that we're gonna fill up this box. So I just want to leave myself a bit of room. Anyway, let's continue. Let's go to Hotel Z. Hello. Give me a donut. I was just reviewing the recipes Mr. Felipe sent me. It'll be quite complex. Dude, you're like 5 and you already have a smartphone? Like the ones we used to find that find Pokemon Darkrai. It's rather intriguing that the key to meeting 2 legendary Pokemon of Hoenn is Hoennian Salt. Paying a visit to Groudon calls for a very particular flavor profile. 260 sweet, 160 spicy. Hold on. Getting out my fucking notes. Okay, so 260 sweet. 160 spicy. 160 sour. 20 bitter. 260 fresh. A mega old-fashioned donut for visiting Groudon on Hyperspace Lumiose. Okay, Kyogre is 50 sweet, 50 spicy, 210 sour, 180 bitter, 370 fresh. That gets the alpha old-fashioned donut. Okay, let's see if we can make those already. The Omega. We want to max out our sweet and fresh. So pink and green. How much sour? Not much. Let's get some spicy going. How is nothing had bitter? Okay. I need more in the fresh. Okay, now I need something that gives at least 15 spicy. No. We're way off on spicy, never mind. Okay, we need 40 fresh, 10 bitter. There we go. It's a fucking Omega. We've done it. This is one of my finest works yet. Behold the Omega old-fashioned donut. Way to go. How convenient that you made it in the shape that we need. Not anyone could work berries into such artistic donuts creations as you. Now Hoopa could get us into the pocket of hyperspace Illuminus for Groudon is at. Alright, we're gonna head there. Can I try that alpha recipe? Okay, tons of shit and fresh, so... that gets us all of that we need. It gets us a bit of that. Oh my god, we need a whole lot of bitter as well. I didn't even account for that. Ah, I need a little bit more. How much? I need to somehow get 50 sour and 30 spicy. Okay. No. Let's start over real quick. Okay. $370 fresh. We'll start with that. Let's get some work on some others. So Sweet needs to get up to 50, so we can de-emphasize that. Bitter. Get one of those on. There's just so much we have to get on this. It's just so hard. It gets us a sour we need. No, that's not effective at all. How do I get such a profile? Okay. Maybe if we go the smaller amounts first. So we could get like 50 sweet from something. Okay, that gets us the sweet. Spicy. We need 50 from that as well, so... Bam. If we max our bitter as much as we can... What are our best bitter berries? Okay, now we need like 80 more in sour than the Hun Fresh. Now we just have to... Can we... We can't quite reach what we need for fresh. So what are we over? So... We are way over on sour. What did we add to get a lot of sour? We added you. So we can remove that. Add that. Still way over on sour, so... But we don't have anything that, like, made us way over on sour that doesn't also, like, very much benefit other stats. We're double on sweet. We're a decent amount over on bitter as well. There we go. It's beautiful. Never made a donut quite like this one before. Now Hoopa could get us to where Kyogre is. And that's Wild Zone 5. Who would be easier to take on? Abilities aren't in this game, so we don't have to worry about, like, water being drowned out with Groudon. So we could go there. Okay, I can get there by jumping down here. Alright. Let's do this. We got the Omega Donut. Pokemon is likely about to Mega Evolve. No, it's not. It's gonna be a Primal. I think Groudon's gonna go through Primal Reversion, not Mega Evolution, but still. Go ahead and feed Hoopa that... Yep. What if I feed it the Alpha? Oh, we get an extra level boost on this one, but it doesn't fucking matter. Alright. Let's see. Ooh, so this is Groudon's world. Come quick, you two. Yo. Beautiful. This is what it's like in Groudon's subconscious? Guess so, I'm not an expert here. What I do know is that Groudon should gain the fire type when it undergoes primal reversion. But I doubt just using water type moves will cut it against an opponent like this. The three of us work together, we can do it. We can catch Groudon. Let's get to it. Okay, so at least they aren't gonna be like, oh, water types don't work. Whee! Holy shit. Wait, are we just gonna... Is that the size of Groudon? Are we gonna be like all running around this arena and he's just chilling there in the back? Like the fucking, the Avalugg Lord battle in Legend Arceus? Oh, it looks a bit smaller now. Didn't expect the legendary Pokemon Groudon to look so stiff. It's frozen in stone. Watch it, I don't think it's staying still for long. Let's hear the music. Using our Quasar version. Groudon appeared. For primal reversion. Fight's not too bad so far, but it's gonna go through like primal reversion in a bit, guarantee you. Now I'm gonna Mega Evolve. I'm gonna do it now while I remember. Get a plus boosted Surf. Scorching Sands, nothing. Ow. There we go. Now watch, it's gonna primal. Now it's the primal version of the music. I'm healing. Someone cranked the heat all the way up. Oh, we're actually playing around with that idea that actually water type moves do nothing. Oh, fuck. Okay, so it does keep its ability in a way. I don't want to Mega Evolve Frog it because... Oh. Okay, that wasn't that bad in the end. I don't know, Mega Evolve you? I don't have anyone that's really good against a Primal Groudon, considering it keeps its ability. I was banking on like a no ability sort of deal. This game doesn't have abilities, right? Or am I just like fucking loony? Some water type attacks? Water type attacks weren't doing anything. I want to see how long Bells can survive against this. You know, grass type and all. I'm not using Mega Evolution on Victory Bell, bro. I'm not using it on this guy. I'll save that for Kyogre. I don't exactly have a team that's built to take care of a primal Groudon. I quite literally had like one guy. Now I'm not sure if I have time. And we ran out. Let's cheat. We can cheat this one. I just don't have, like, anything to counter Primal Groudon. I guess it would be, like, I could just try... I don't know what it would be, like... having teams that I bring along for specific fights. Rather than just using the same team for literally everything. You know, I like these guys. If there's anyone I want to use for my fight with a big-ass fucking Primal Groudon, it's this team, you know? These are my boys. These are my girls. They're the gang. They're the squad. There we go. Okay, well, look good. Got red with like black as well, so it's a good timer ball. Yo. Holy shit, that thing is big. Red orb. Shiny red orb that is said to have a deep connection to a legend of the Hoenn region. Yes, and you too, way to go. We're just too good. Not bad, kids. Lumio's toughest trio has done it again. Now, while I'm sure you're still enjoying the glow of victory, I got some questions. Come by my office. These three actually caught Groudon. Amazing. Oh, Groudon, okay. Yeah. I know Groudon's got that special red orb, but I was wondering, how's it different from a Megastone? What Groudon did is called Primal Reversion. Its red orb energy contains an overwhelming amount of natural energy. When the power in that red orb returns Groudon to its true form, that's Primal Reversion. You can have it undergo Primal Reversion battle. Studied it a little since it kind of resembles Mega Evolution in some ways, but there's not much info about Primal Reversion out there. Sounds like this trip gave you some good data too, Miss Megastones. In any case, you're not done yet. Get working on that other distortion so you can catch Kyogre. Yeah, we already got the donut. I wanna have a look at this. So if I go... Is it also instant? No. It doesn't instantly just transform. Also, I love how they just don't program collision on these Pokemon. Come on, buddy. Let's go out for a nice evening stroll. Oh, he's stuck. Alright, buddy, let's go out for a nice evening stroll. Gonna take a nice walk in the park. Oh. Oh, he needed to get into battle first. You know, fuck that guy. Fuck you. But you're not in battle anymore. If he keeps his form? Don't mind me. Just strolling my way downtown with my big guy. No one here cares about this. No one here cares that I'm strolling downtown with a fucking primal Groudon. Alright, back to the box you go. Now, realistically, the Kyogre battle should be easier. I have a bit, like a tiny bit more coverage that I can do. I think for you, I'm actually going to change around your moveset a bit. Put Thunder Punch on. Anyone else I could put on like a Grass, or I could put Solar Beam on you. Sure. Dum, 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 dum. You have Abysmal Attack. I think I'd rather keep the other moves. Let's put more Grass on you. Like a fucking knockout. Fuck Sludge Bomb. Alright, let's do it. Technically, I think Kyogre's gonna go through Primal Reversion. Yeah. Yeah, same as before. And this is where Kyogre dwells. Come here, dude. Check this out. Whoa, it's like the same place, but instead of cool lava, it's just basic bitch water. Alright, time to go catch Kyogre. Who do I want to lead with? I mean, Victory Bell makes the most sense. Oh, so we're able to walk along the water here, but we couldn't do that with the lava when facing Groudon? What, are we too pussy to walk on lava? Oh, is that Kyogre? Alright, Kyogre. Look at my boy. He's flying! Oh, that looked like a nice attack. Solar Beam has, like, no time to actually recharge. It's insane. Basically, just instantaneous. Mega Evolve again. We're still in the green. The one concern I have is the fact that Victory Bell is just so slow. Okay, what's its big boy attack gonna be like? Oh. Now that attack was kind of dumb. Ow. I'm not cheating on this one. I'm not cheating on this one unless I feel like we have to. And I only ever feel like we have to if it's like I don't see a realm where our team can take down the Pokemon without time running out. There I could see a world It's my own attack, so we're fine. They'll have to just walk into it, though. We do have 2 fire types. That's the other thing that, like, makes me worried. This has been a rough one, though. Like, before we didn't even get knocked down beyond our green health. Here we literally died. Revived, and then got knocked to be below green as well. Alright, now the primal. How's it been 15 minutes of streaming already? We've barely done, like, one thing. Store again. And it dies. Menu. Okay, revive you, and then, I don't know, that. Okay, go into the front lines, my boy. Okay, I just don't see a world where we win anymore. I've lost sight of that future. I haven't even gotten into the yellow yet. I don't know how to dodge that one. Yeah, no way my ragtag group of scrappy little guys is ever gonna take down the fucking Primal Kyogre. Yeah, that was just... Okay, never mind. There isn't a realm of possibility for that fight. There's no fucking realm of possibility on these fights. Which kind of, like, devalues the thrill of it. Like, I feel like they had to make that, continue with your progress button. Because they know that, like, a lot of kids will have their team that they want to use. But, like, they're just so dog shit that they can't actually... They physically cannot finish a fight. It's literally impossible unless you have, like, a really good team composition. So they had to... They added that, like, option in as a... As, like, a band-aid solution to their problem. Of giving strict time limits to really long fights. They just make these guys, like, way too bulky for their own good. And then they kind of shot themselves in the foot. Especially when they decided you actually have to fight, like, 2 Pokemon. Like, just fighting Primal Kyogre is enough. Why do you make it so that I have to also fight regular basic bitch Kyogre? Why did I have to go through, like, a 3-minute regular Kyogre fight just to get to the Primal Kyogre? Why can't you just start with Primal? The quiz is going to be the exact same as well. You already know it. Your ball looks nice. I think I'm going Great Ball. It just doesn't feel like the most satisfying system because of that. If there wasn't a time limit on these fights, then it would be fine. It's just the fact they make that, like, a time limit could be so strict that I would need a fucking OP as hell team dedicated to each of these fights in order to win. My team that I use in single player, like main story, can't finish these fights in time. If I were to actually want to, like, realistically do these fights, legitimately, none of that, with always having to restart all my progress whenever I lose. The only way I conceive of that actually being possible is by having a team of 6 Pokemon dedicated specifically to fighting Groudon, and then a team of 6 specifically dedicated to fighting Kyogre. And that just seems like a pain in the ass to try and train up, because, like, you have to get all those, you have to figure out that team, you have to put the moveset together, you have to train them all up to level 100, which isn't that bad with experience candies, but, like, if I want to save those for when I have to do evolutions for the Pokedex, I'm a bit conservative with how I use my experience candies. I only feel like I should use them when I feel like I actually have to save myself from, like, a ton of grinding. I know it couldn't have been easy. Well done. Looks like it's finally time for us to track down Rayquaza. We'll be finishing analyzing the blue orb and the red orb soon. Seems like the data analysis is the Rust Syndicate's main job now. What kind of organization are we these days? A civic think tank? Volunteer do-gooders. Don't forget who you're dealing with, kid. Once folks are in our debt, we could put them to work for free. Help us shape Lumiose just the way we want it, that's all. Sorry for the wait. Allow me to return your blue orb and red orb. You're quite right about the prodigious energy they contain. Yeah, I already know that. I did that. I tested that. I tested how it works in this game. Please, someone else wanted to weigh in too. What do you have to say, Professor Mabel? Boo. I'm the lab's acting director, not a professor. Then I'll ask for students. Alright. What have you got? Our inciting incident is when Darkrai got pumped full of all that mega power oozing from the tower. Long story short, its nightmare-generating power skyrocketed and Hyperspace Lumiose was born. Yeah, we know that. The makeup of Hyperspace Lumiose reflects the subconscious thoughts of people and Pokemon. Which I guess is why it's so weird in there. But you've already figured out that much on your own. It's not just a reflection of our subconscious thoughts, it's dreams. And I mean dreams of all kinds, both the ones you can't control at night and the things you're actively wanting and wishing for. Interesting. So how the fuck do we get Rayquaza? You have to generate Rayquaza's realm of Hyperspace Lumiose by actualizing a related aspect of the subconscious as a basis. Can you slow down and try that again for the less egg-headed among us? You have to wish really hard. I think it might be doable now that you've caught both Primal Groudon and Primal Kyogre. Getting closer to your goal is probably making it easier to picture catching Rayquaza, and that's made you even more motivated. So take that mental image and that motivation, then dial them up and make it happen. I get it, I think. Not sure if that helped or made things even more confusing. Look, my job is studying Pokemon energy. I'm not automatically a hyperspace expert just because I have a fancy lab at my disposal. Who's the big dreamer trying to get a meet and greet with Rayquaza in the first place, anyway? Ancha. I should have said Corbeau. It would be so funny. Oh, I hate when I'm like, shit, maybe the other option is, like, funnier. Because they all lead to the same thing anyway. It's just to listen to the professor's non-expert opinion. Alright. Yeah, I could do that. Little lady sure is something. She wanted to meet this mighty Pokemon so bad that her dream got mixed up with Darkrai's power to make nightmares, and look where we are now. Crazy-ass dream. Hey friends, let's start wishing real hard. Hey, welcome back. Where the fuck is Ancha? In Karina's room. As soon as Karina got back, she told Ancha what the three of you learned from the Rust Syndicate. Then Ancha asked to hear all about your battle with Groudon and Kyogre. She'd tell the whole story in mega detail or something. Oh boy. Rather hard to follow it all. Care to fill us in directly on what you were told by Corbeau? Start praying, motherfuckers. Love this voice-acted cutscene. So the reason Ancha wanted to hear more about your battle with Kyogre and Groudon was so she can imagine you catching Rayquaza next? Seems likely. She's probably hoping to reinforce that dream of hers in a finer detail. Guess a little visit. Whatever, I didn't read that. No point in reading dialogue in Pokemon games since you're made for people who can't read. Is any of that really necessary, though? What do you mean? Ancha's wish was already plenty strong. That's how she found Rayquaza in the first place. But it's no harm in letting her continue what she started, is there? We're gonna catch Rayquaza. It's gonna be like, yay! I'm taking this now. Give it to Mama. I'm really impressed, not just by the sheer wonder of Hyperspace Lumiose, but by all of you, and the legendary Pokemon you battled, too. So I heard the whole story from Karina. Miss Karina told me all about your hyperspace exploits. Yep, all my hyperspace exploits. I can picture the noble Kyogre and the Grand Groudon in perfect detail. So I'm quite confident I'll be able to imagine the pocket of hyperspace Lumiose where you'll find the fine Rayquaza at last. And you got a good mental image. Let's put some real oomph behind it. How about you remind us why you want to meet Rayquaza so much? Alright. Tell me. Rayquaza is a sky-high Pokemon, so we should do this higher up, closer. Why do we have to go to the roof? You know why? Because there's gonna be something that happens in the sky. The game wants us to be there for when we see it. Indeed, Hoopa transported me here. Hoopa shit. I'm tired. Sure picked the right roof. No one else but Team MZ could have handled this hyperspace stuff so well. Tell us again, why did you want to meet Rayquaza? Give us the details so we can all picture it crystal clear. Begins with a story that I love very dearly. Listen closely and I'll tell it to all of you. A long, long time ago, what people call the Primal Age, the world was overflowing with natural energy. Oh, we're gonna get like the Draconid story. This is like the music from one of the Zinnia cutscenes. In that time, there was a primal Kyogre bolstered by the power within the blue orb. So too was their primal Groudon, with the might of the red orb at the beck of call. They fought over the world's natural energy in endless, furious clashes. When primal Groudon roared, the earth began to swell and the waters were evaporated into dust. When primal Kyogre bellowed, torrential waters flowed and massive downpours eroded the earth. For 20 days, these two mighty Pokemon battled from sunup to sundown. The ferocity of their clashing scarred and warped the world itself. I hate when that happens. The people of that age, the Draconids, were at a loss. Whatever could they do? Yeah, the Draconids. That's Zinnia from Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. They wished that with all their might for Rayquaza to descend and save them from destruction. The Draconids' wishes must have reached Rayquaza. They appeared before Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon had... What? Was my mic? I just saw my mic like freaking out for some reason. And in it was Rayquaza, sublime and incredible form. A blazing light and whipping wind sapped the power from Groudon and Kyogre alike. Robbed of their primal forms, they fled to the faraway depths of land and sea. Why does Groudon look furry? The Draconids came to revere Rayquaza as a true savior, and there our story ends. Wow. Still can't believe we're actually meeting Hoenn's legendary Pokemon. And Lumiose of all places. Incredible, isn't it? The part about Rayquaza's sublime form sounds an awful lot like Mega Evolution. Rayquaza supposedly got something in its body called a Mikado organ that has the same power as a Megastone. That means Rayquaza can Mega Evolve into Mega Rayquaza all on its own. Pokemon that can go Mega Evolution without needing a Megastone? Wow. That sounds like it's crazy strong. And so bad for competitive. I totally get why you want to meet it so bad. My dear mama read me that story quite often. Shut up. Came to love the story and admire Rayquaza so much that I would dream about it. Isn't it noble? Rayquaza, savior of the Draconids. You can see why you'd want to get it for Diancie, a mighty Pokemon for a mighty mom, huh? Your love for Rayquaza sounds like the real deal, Ansha. I'm sure your dream will be strong enough to create the hyperspace distortion we need. Uh-oh. What? Guess it actually worked. How convenient we were on the roof to see it happen. Well, do we just go in there and find Rayquaza? We managed to gather some data on this latest distortion. The signals we detected coming from this distortion are on wavelengths very similar to those emitted by the blue orb and the red orb. We believe this distortion leads to a location in hyperspace Lumiose where you'll find Rayquaza. Let's go. At last, I'll be able to see the fine Rayquaza again. Guess we're about to witness a dream coming true. We sure are. One more thing. Much like with Kyogre Groudon, the special distortion requires a special donut. Alright. Gather lots of data. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to get like 100,000 points. Right, aren't I? Yeah. I forgot there was something I'm doing today. What time is that? 4:40. Okay. Level 40. 2 level 40s. Two levels 40s and a level 70. Two level 40s, a level 70, and a max out. Okay, now let's make the level 40s. Okay, 2 level 40s. Now we need a level 70. Alright, let's first go to you. So it's a Mega Venusaur. I don't think I swapped around my moveset, actually. Uh-oh. We may have fucked up big time. I don't have my fire moves. I didn't put my fire moves on. Cat, you can get out of that. Yeah. Fucked up big time on that one, so I'm just gonna change my moves back. Where'd my flamethrower go? Next time we hopefully won't make that kind of mistake again. It's like an Indeedee, that Pokemon that we're gonna get. Catch an Alpha. Destroy Pokeballs, catch 5. Catch 5 wild Pokemon, including an Alpha. And destroy 5 Pokeballs. We can manage that. I have no idea what typing you are. Wow. Psychic normal, I'm guessing. So actually... we caught 1 wild Pokemon. Alright, just give me an Alpha Pokemon somewhere around here that I can catch. None of you guys are Alphas. It looks like this might just be a case of run around until one of them happens to spawn in as an Alpha. Which is supported by the fact that I ran around to everyone and none of them were Alphas. So... I don't know exactly where it expects me to get an Alpha when none of the Pokemon in the game spawns are Alphas, but... You guys are alphas. Back here, none of you guys are alphas. I feel like if they make a tag saying catch alpha Pokemon as an objective, they shouldn't be allowed to just not spawn one. But this feels very much like they just didn't spawn one and now it's on me for not catching an alpha. Nowhere around the perimeter, nowhere in the center, and nowhere on the rooftop. What do you want from me, game? What do you want from me? You guys are alphas. None of you guys are alphas. This is dumb. This is so stupid. They didn't spawn an alpha, so I can't complete the objectives. You physically cannot. And they cannot give you a set amount of objectives with a time limit, and then also not make them spawn. Oh wait, I can get a... I could get a Goldingo. Hold on. Chestly. Alright, there we go. Alright, so the past two distortions have just been total busts. Let's see on this one. Okay. Pokeballs, wild Pokemon, catch undetected. Probably not gonna do too much today. I did forget to charge my controller. fuck did that count as undetected? Alright, now it's gotta destroy the Pokeballs as I make my way to finding you. Fun fact, genderless Pokemon, but it can learn Attract. So it's literally like if it just learned Splash. Alright, now we are free to leave. We'll leave the Cryogonal. Still gotta get that golden ball. If I want all those goodies. Did I not spawn the golden ball? There we go. Probably gonna do like off-camera grind. I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow or... I mean, I'm definitely not streaming on the 25th. I'm not streaming on Christmas Day. I'm... maybe... not... probably not tomorrow either. 26th is a maybe because I do have shit going on that day. I'm gonna do this distortion, then I'm gonna head out. Ah, what the fuck? Destroy Pokeballs, piles of sludge, catch Pokemon undetected. Well, you didn't put me in a good position for that one. Of course, I was detected for all those. There's no way I catch those guys undetected. Alright, 2 more floating Pokeballs. Let's find them. God damn, they got no Pokeballs around here. Our trainer's supposed to catch them all in this world. You gotta be shitting me, man. Why is the AI so shit? I get Trumpet. Just wanted to have a look inside, see if I saw anything. Excuse me, just pass it through. God damn it. Not worth going all the way to the end of those halls. There is a way onto the roof somehow. I saw like a warp panel there. I got worried when Alakazam decided to start going up. At that angle, I probably wouldn't have done it anyway. Whatever. I'll grind these out, like, off-stream over the next few days, and then we'll come back and finish off shit.